What's going on, guys? So, very highly anticipated Cyber Dark, Cyber Strike, Cyber Structure deck is very close to being released, and I keep seeing in the group, is it viable? Can it be used? Can you play it? Yeah, I think it's actually pretty viable. The thing being, I don't think it's the best way or most optimal way to play Cyber Dragons, but the Power Bond OTK Turbo is going to be viable, and you can go play it at your locals and probably see some success with it. I got a handful of replays today, and we're gonna kind of get on through them. So obviously you can see this hand is not very good, and we're going against Virtual World. I'm gonna be honest, I think he messed up. He should have been able to do more, I think, maybe not, but yeah, so we opened both Red Eyes and Dark Magician, so that's really unfortunate. He does have Imperm and Call by the Grave. He's going to Imperm the core. This deck is so good at baiting cards out, like Ash Imperm. So good at it. So now we got the Chimera, so we're going to discard, get our Power Bomb. We have the OTK pending his hand and the set card. Now we can go ahead and make Rampage pop 2. Call by the Grave is not going to matter at that point. It really wouldn't have at any point either, so now we can just go ahead attack, and we're going to easily win this game. Our next replay, we open double Imperm Kaiju Dragoon package. By the way, I side it for when I think I might have to go first. I don't main deck it. This time we are against like Raid Raptor, PK, spammy deck like that. So we're gonna go ahead, let the Force Strix go. I didn't the first time. Hit Wise Strix, like, because they usually have an extender to get to it anyway, so negating the Wise Strix is the better call. And we have another Imperm here for the Rusty, and we're gonna go ahead hit that. We have World in hand, so core again. Core is 100% bait at this point, so we can go ahead. Even Prosperity, like this deck can OTK through Prosperity really easily, but we normally core and he ends up surrendering. Ghost Bell really wouldn't have mattered too much. I mean, I guess he could hit the Power Bond, or no, you can't. We'll get into a ruling video with that. Mostly because the effect of Chimera is what lets Power Bond banish, but Chimera's effect does not banish anything, and then when you activate Power Bond, it's actually Chimera's effect that's allowing it to banish, not the Power Bond effect. So you actually cannot Ghost Spell that Power Bond. Fun fact. Good thing to know too. So get on into the next replay. This was honestly, I don't remember if this was the really annoying replay or not, but Yosenju, like, the fact that they bounce back to hand kind of hurts Cyber Dragon. I don't know why he set everything, but Macro and Light Imprisoning, Drowning Mirror Force, like, he has so many floodgates, it's going to make things a little tough. Light Imprisoning Mirror, this wasn't game one, he sided that in. Then we have the core, like, we can't special summon our Cyber Dragon like we'd like to. He's going to Torrential, and we're just, like, playing through all kinds of back row. I do believe this is a game that went on for a little while, which you'll see here. So I'm actually going to kind of quit talking at this point, and then we can go ahead and fast forward the replay. So that is finally that. Like I said, guys, I felt like you didn't want to sit through that whole replay. That is why we sped it up. Those real floodgate heavy decks can be kind of a pain, but we managed to navigate through it. Without further ado, let's keep on going. This was another game versus that same Virtual World player. I think this was game one, I believe. We 2-0'd him. I got both replays. So yeah. Hers World, that's the OTK combo right there with Nibiru and Imperm. I'm perfectly fine letting him just pop off too. He does have Imperm Called by the Grave again. This was the game, I believe, that he didn't use those cards very well. So we'll confirm that and see what goes on. Chimera. Then we're going to go ahead, use that Prosperity. Actually, we might hit a core. I don't remember. Do we hit the core? Yeah, we do. I'm not playing Galaxy Soldier, by the way, so just so you guys are aware of that. Wasn't sure like if we could force a negate out there. I don't think Galaxy Soldier is optimal in this build. I did misplay this. I misclicked and I actually banished my Nova on accident. That's why we didn't go into the Nova Infinity play, but it ends up not mattering. But yeah, it was really close to being pretty detrimental. And like I said, it ends up not mattering. Again, I don't know. He doesn't, I guess, know how Imperm works. You can't negate the effect that's already resolved. But we end up getting his life points way down, then just get some destruction protection, get rid of the card in the deck just because he's going to draw into a Lao, and then like using his cards, but he has to send them to grave then too. Like I don't understand what his plan was there. But yeah, we accidentally misclicked and banished our Nova. That's why we had to make a really awkward play. Otherwise, we would have won turn one, and none of that would have mattered anyway. I mean, he had the Imperm that he could have used a little bit better, but I don't know what he was doing. Keeping up with some decently competitive decks, we have Invoked Dogmatika Shaddoll this time. Again, he kind of had some awkward play lines. Like, I mean, I don't like saying like this is why Dueling Book's better, but it's Dueling Book's definitely the most competitive, to say the least. We just got that Ash that we got to play through, and we already have everything we need. So everything other than World and Chimera, the only two effects that need to go through at this point. I recommend playing 3 Claw, 3 World because you always want to open World for 2 reasons. 1, then you can search other stuff with Core, and 2, everyone wants to negate Core and Machine Dupe, and if you open World, Core and Machine Dupe are 100% bait, and you don't need either one to resolve anyway. So that's why I really recommend playing Claw and World, because it just makes like almost your entire deck like negate bait, and you're just like playing through to their disruption at that point, and then before they realize it, you're OTKing them through Power Bond. This was the other game versus that player. So once again, seeing we're gonna hit that Lancia, which forces him to use from the hand. I don't know if he was going to use from the hand, if that was his plan or not, but by using the Lancia, we force him because he can't banish the Alistair from field or grave at that point. Actually, he could have still used it because he banished from your field or grave. Yeah, never mind, because you can't banish it. So again, like, we OTK through Prosperity pretty well. Like Forbidden Chalice too, I really like, because Forbidden Droplet is really good too. But this deck needing like discards and everything else already, this deck does struggle to have the resources that Droplet requires. So this time we're just going to beat over the window, go ahead and make an Infinity, and then while we know he doesn't have Disruption, get that search out of the way, and he's going to go ahead get the Fleur, the Summon. I expect him to just attack over Infinity, and then I would have to negate and destroy it and give him the draw, but he does flip it, so I'm going to go ahead negate that. I don't care that I'm losing my Infinity because I know I have game anyway. So this time we do play this a little bit. I'll show you why we revive Nova, not Infinity, because like Shaddoll has all their flip effects, and not knowing which one he set, I know there's the one that can pop a card. So that's kind of why we play this out the way that we do. So we're gonna go ahead and send the 2, get our core just in case something goes wrong. Then we could, I mean, you could have made your Infinity, I guess, and then just negated it. You know, that would have been one line of play. If you brought Infinity back, absorb the Fleur, and then negate the flip effect. But we did it this way because then we still had game anyway by forcing him to pop the Rampage. And if he pops Nova, Rampage attacks for game anyway. So either way, we kind of cornered him. Getting closer. Pendulums, the deck that everybody loves to hate. So we opened Power Bond. That's unfortunate. We have sorry, we have Dupe, we have Claw, so we have access to World. Opening Power Bond isn't the worst thing ever though, guys, because guess what? It's Power Bond. You play a lot of Cyber Dragons. It's really easy to see them in your hand anyway. So Core, Dupe. If Dupe goes through, it's game over because of Power Bond, and he's gonna surrender anyway. But at that point, you know, you could, I mean, really do whatever you wanted, because just Power Bonding into Rampage wins with what that is. So like, Power Bond opening it isn't the worst thing ever. Getting closer to the end, another replay against that Yosenju player. So like I said, a few rogue decks in here if you're going to consider this rogue, and then also a couple meta decks though. So we do Twin Twister and we end up hitting the Shadow Imprisoning and the Solemn Strike, so that's pretty big. Protecting our dark effects, which isn't that important. I mean, you know, it protects your claw and such, but he has the counter trap still, but like it's not gonna matter. So we go ahead and once again, we can't quite get to that point of the combo, but we got there. So a few more replays and then 2 replays left on Beetrooper's newer deck coming out. We see Core Hers Dupe, so also Naxter, Kaiju. Like we have pretty much anything and everything that we need and could want. As long as core goes through, like we get to that point and it's game over with the Kaiju and the machine dupe and things like that, we could really bait out hard. Not having that extra spell though, like as of right now, machine dupe is our spell discard. That is the one downside to these monster, you know, having monster heavy hands. Another reason I do really like Forbidden Chalice, on top of being less resource dependent as Forbidden Droplet, it's also, I mean, like Droplet, but unlike Imperm, you can use it mid combo to protect your cards, and so Claw can search out World anyway, but you can use it mid combo, and on top of that too, like it's a spell that you can easily discard. So we're gonna get hit by a counter trap, which actually kind of hurts, but not too bad because we do still have the dupe and the Naxter. Like I said though, we lost our discard, but getting the free monster, because now we can go ahead, discard, get our power bond, get our Seeger, then we're going to go Chimera, sending 2, and now battle phase, boost them to 63, and just attack for game. 1 replay left, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button because the deck profile is not in this video. We will do the deck profile at a later point in time if we get enough likes and comments, so let us know down below, how do you like the replays? I could have just like cherry picked all like really good, awesome OTK replays. I tried to get some with a little bit of interaction at least. So like, I don't know, I feel like that's the best way to get replays, is that at least a little bit of interaction from your opponent. Brave Plunder, he doesn't actually get into the Plunder engine here, just Brave, so we're not really too worried at all. And he doesn't even set the or he does set the Imperm, okay. For some reason I was thinking he didn't, but yeah, this hand, as long as we can get it going, like once again, it's just perfect. I don't know why he even negates the Imperm, because then he loses the body. So Core gets Imperm, that's okay, because now we can just go Machine Dupe into 2 Cores, and then Machine Dupe into 2 Cyber Dragon, Nova, Almirage, Revive, all these amazing great things, Seeger, Verde, and then go ahead, dump our Overload Fusion. See, we don't even need the Cyber Dark engine, but thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, like I said. Cyber Synchro test hands coming soon too. Test hand / combo video. Not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but the deck's actually proving to be pretty good, and I will have a replay video such as this one for Cyber Synchro coming soon as well. Thank you guys for watching, and hit that subscribe button to see the deck profile.